Let me see your hands. Show me your hands. Get on the ground.
Welcome to another episode of JEiiNCLUSIVE. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, and set your notifications on so you are alerted every time I upload. The following video presents information sourced exclusively from news articles, court documents, and social media. I maintain no affiliations with any parties involved. Now let's get into today's true crime story.
Well, right now, Atlanta police, they're investigating multiple assaults on transgender individuals across the city. Police describing them as hate crimes. And while an arrest was made, many in the trans community want to know why police didn't put out a public safety alert. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn joining us live outside the jail in downtown Atlanta. Cody, what do we know about these attacks?
Well, Faith, basically nothing. We don't know where they happened, how many victims, or if any of those victims were seriously hurt. But what we do know is that APD considered this suspect armed and dangerous before he was arrested earlier this week.
Show me your hands. Get on the ground.
12:30 a.m. Monday, December 16th.
Happy to mail some units.
I'm gonna put a lawsuit on you, bro.
That's fine. Mr. Boykin, I've been looking for you.
For what?
Atlanta police say Michael Boykin is a suspect behind a series of hate crimes targeting transgender individuals.
I was like, wait, what? What's happening?
Attacks that up until this week weren't made public.
To be in this community, for them to know that this is happening and them to not alert us is insane.
Tony Bryce now questioning the role of APD's LGBTQ plus liaison.
We need to know what's happening in our community, because for that to happen multiple times and we not know, that's a problem.
Bryce says it's frightening not having any details about the attacks or a motive.
How many have there been? What was the issue? Where did these things happen? Like, we need to know these things. We absolutely need to know these things.
She points out,
for men that aren't as comfortable with who they are attracted to, when you do things like this and you get caught up, now the world knows your face. Now the world knows your name.
Bryce says she's disappointed there was a threat in her community and no one thought to notify them.
We have to do that work within our community, but like, where's the help to make sure we're being safe? I feel like people have to see trans folks' humanity first and foremost. We are people, we're human beings, beyond gender identity.
Boykin is facing a number of charges tonight. He's locked up behind me. Some of those charges include aggravated assault and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Now, I did reach out to APD for an on-camera interview to discuss some of those concerns you just heard from. They declined. And when we reached out for more information, they said we can see those incident reports that will give us more details, but those are not done processing. Live in downtown Atlanta, Cody Alcorn, 11 Alive News.
Cody, thank you so much.
So many questions. Were these random acts of violence? How did he know the victims were transgender? Did he use dating apps in the Atlanta area to lure victims? Who are the victims? When did the first call come in relation to the situation? Earlier this year, there was another man in the Atlanta metro area stalking and harassing transgender women. One woman, Cherry Thee Boom, caught him on her Ring camera setting a bag of trash on fire just outside her apartment door.
There has been an emergency reported in the building. Immediately leave the building using marked stairways and exits. Do not use elevators.
You said what?
It ain't nothing to kill you, but I'm not trying to do that. So
Do y'all hear this? This man just said it's nothing to kill me because I don't want to talk to him.
Your person. I got a beer gun.
Okay. God
What
bless.
I'm learning in this situation, the police is not for us. If in this situation I was not reminded I'm just another black bitch, in this situation I am just another black bitch.
Not to mention, back in 2023, there were a string of violent crimes toward transgender women.
Thanks for joining us here at 5:30. I'm Alan Devlin.
And I'm Savannah Louie in for Tracy today. Atlanta police investigating a string of shootings involving transgender women. The two most recent ending tragically. Now, police need your help identifying a man who they believe might know something about one of these cases. Two incidents happening in southwest Atlanta, the third in northeast Atlanta, two of them taking place this month alone. Atlanta News First reporter Zach Summers live in Midtown. And Zach, investigators say these shootings are not connected, but they are certainly very concerning.
Detectives continue to investigate if the acts committed against these three women were motivated by hate, but right now they say there's no indication that they were targeted for being transgender, nor does it appear these were random acts of violence. Atlanta police need your help to identify this man investigators believe might know something about the recent death of a transgender woman. Rashida Williams, also known as Coco the Doll, was found shot to death Tuesday night at a strip mall on MLK Drive in southwest Atlanta.
It's sickening and sad.
Jim Farmer is the director of the Out on Film Festival.
Some of these people.
Earlier this month, they showed Kokomo City, a documentary featuring Williams and three other black trans sex workers as they navigate life in Atlanta and New York.
I was just really captivated by her story, her drive, how she was just so charismatic, and it's just to hear yesterday about her murder was just infuriating.
Williams' death is the third violent act against a transgender woman in the city this year. 37-year-old Ashley Burton was shot and killed at the City Park Apartments on Fairburn 2 weeks ago. In January, an unidentified trans woman was critically shot on Highland Avenue. Investigators say the three incidents are not connected.
We're no different than anyone else.
Tracy McDaniel is the founder of Juxtaposed Center for Transformation, a human and civil rights advocacy group for trans people. She says living as a trans person is dangerous, especially for brown and black trans women.
There are people who are afraid to be who they are. There are people who are afraid to walk out of their doors.
McDaniel says anti-trans rhetoric and initiatives, political or not, only fuel violence. She says until there are real repercussions, trans people will continue to be targets.
We're not going anywhere. We're not going to stop fighting for our right to live as human beings.
It is important to note that Michael has a history of violence, having just been released from prison earlier this year. I will certainly be following this case, and as more details emerge, you can bet I will post updates. Until then, stay safe, be vigilant, and look out for one another.